Hello, this week we're not so much behind the screen as behind the sofa, which is where I always used to end up when Doctor Who came on the screen. He's been around for 25 years, and to mark this achievement, a new exhibition has just opened called The World of Doctor Who at Space Adventure in Tooley Street in South London. So now's your chance to step into the TARDIS. Watch out for the woman who takes your money. One of the Doctor's oldest and most famous enemies is, of course, the dear old Dalek. Luckily, this one's been sedated, so he's reasonably harmless, aren't you? Yes. Now, someone else who's had almost as long an association with the Doctor as the Dalek is the series' current producer, excuse me, Goosebump Dalek, is the series' current producer, John Nathan Turner. And rumour has it that he's always had a desire to fly a certain time machine. Excuse me, have you got a licence for this thing?
There's nothing like an original start to an interview, and that's nothing like an original start to an interview.
Sorry, John. John, the success of Doctor Who over 25 years is down to what, do you think?
I think really it's the basic premise of the idea, which is that a central character, the Doctor, travels through time and space fighting evil. And I think it's the time and space element that has kept the show fresh. Because it's limitless. It's not like doing a series that's set on a farm where you're bound by the confines of that farm. We've got the world and the universe as our oyster.
Yes, you can do what you like, as you do. You've changed the Doctor a number of times. You're on the 7th Doctor now. And you've had a number of stars on the show.
Yes, I think the show has become sort of rather like the Morecambe and Wise show in that most actors and actresses want to do a Doctor Who at some point during their career. And we're very keen, obviously, to have people with such extraordinary talent.
How much do you think Doctor Who as a series has changed over the years? To me, it seems that it's become far more tongue-in-cheek.
I think that the fluidity of that format enables us sometimes to do what you might call a tongue-in-cheek story. We don't try and play the whole season or a whole series of programmes in that fashion, but we are able to do what we call a hardcore science fiction story one week, and then the next week change into maybe something more of a science fantasy. We can even do purely historical stories, and occasionally the tongue-in-cheek one.
It's got a massive following for a science fiction series, and there are Whoites across the world.
Yes, there are. We're seen in 65 countries throughout the world, with a worldwide audience in excess of 110 million.
Looking around this exhibition, we've seen quite a few monsters. Who are your favourite baddies?
I think I have to say the Daleks. They did come into the show in the very beginning, second story in fact, in 1963, and they had such a ginormous impact and created what was termed Dalek mania. And I think much of our initial success was due to them, so they'd have to be my favourites.
Where are all these monsters, the Daleks and so on? Where are they all built?
Most of them are built at our visual effects department. Some of them are contracted out and built outside, but the majority are both designed and made at Television Centre. That
must be quite expensive. You spend about £100,000 a programme, that's about £1.5 million a series. How can you justify that expense?
Well, it's actually less than the drama average as such. Justify it? Well, I think probably the show's success justifies it. We obviously make some revenue from the sales abroad. And also there's a whole range of other activities. For example, this exhibition, you know, it ultimately benefits the corporation and gives more money for more programs. Similarly, there is a whole array of merchandise, a massive array, ranging from coffee mugs through frisbees all the way to 250,000 pairs of underpants.
And some videos. What's available on video just at the moment?
Well, there are 2 new videos just out. That's The Talons of Weng Chiang and The Terror of the Zygons, both of which are Tom Baker stories, very good adventures, and they're in the shops now.
And what's the likelihood of a new series? Have you had confirmation of one yet?
Yes, we've just got confirmation that the series will be going again next year, another 14 episodes, hopefully on the screens next autumn.
And any plans to change the Doctor?
No, none at all. We're very happy with Sylvester's portrayal.
John, at the moment we've got Silver Nemesis, which is on each Wednesday. What's coming up next?
The next show is rather appropriately entitled The Greatest Show in the Galaxy.
Bye, John. Thanks very much.
Pleasure.
Any more fares, please? Any more fares? No standing inside.
Hey, I say. Steady on, old chap.
Fares,
Steady on.
please. Hold on tight. Ding, ding.
You've got it wrong, old boy. He's paying the fares, not me.
Any more fares?
I would like a ticket, actually. I'd like a there and back off-peak weekend break, Super Saver Senior Citizen bi-monthly season with optional luggage facilities, a free cup of coffee in a plastic glass, a crocodile sandwich and make it snappy, you metallic moron! If I might take a look at that ticket machine of yours. Ah, yeah. Just the ticket.
Pretty scary in there. And not a single sofa to hide behind either. Now next week we come back down to earth as we go behind the scenes of the BBC's Natural History Unit at Bristol. Until then, goodbye.
In 25 minutes, mysterious happenings lead to a city under the sea.